Good morning. Thank you all for coming. My husband Mark and I, Mark Genovese, who most of you know, are the co-chairpersons of the North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame, along with the executive committee members, Kim Witteman Dahany, Jody Falsigno Rooney, Mary Jean Lupi, who's here, Federico Fiondello, who's here, Mike Zona, Steve Blumenthal, who's here as well, and emeritus members Larry Lazaroff and Donna Malley. We welcome you to the 22nd Annual North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame induction. We've planned a very special event for our new inductees, as well as their family and friends, so we hope you enjoy the program. First, I'd like to recognize some special people who took time out of their busy schedule to attend today's event. Our first selectman, Mike Frieda, and our state representative, Dave Yaccarino. Thank you. As always, I would like to also recognize our charter members. You can find their names in the program. But over 26 years ago, when this event was just an idea, the seed money that they donated made this dream come true. So charter members present today include, and please stand up or wave so we see you, Bob and Betty DeMeo, Marge Dolan, Lou Preziosi, Mary Lou Stamp, Tom Germain Jr., and Angelo Annunziato. I would also like to recognize all of the present Hall of Famers who are here. Please hold your applause until all the names have been called. And Hall of Famers, please stand when your name is called and remain standing until all names are called. Lisa Altieri. Sorry, it's alphabetical. I knew you would love that. Susan Altieri. Margot Angelopoulos, Angelo Annunziato, John Brandt, Jessica Broadbent, Karen Mappa Castagnola, Denise Massini Sarasso, Reed Chifo, Bob DeMeo, Tony Alia, Federico Fiondella, Kevin Gilbride, Tim Gilbride, Dave Whitey Gould, Rachel Simonson Jones, Mary Jean Lupi, Sally Marr, Scott Marks, Dave Micus, Dave Miller, Sally Erickson Miller, Jerry Monk, Ed Pepe, Mike Proto, and Mary Lou Stamp. Now, if I've missed anyone in attendance, please forgive me and stand. Okay. Mary Rose Bowler, thank you. Thank you very much. Special thanks to our past Hall of Famers and others for their donations, their support. All of that is listed in the program as well. So one final thanks, which hardly seems enough. The North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame is indebted to the Furs family for their initial and ongoing support of the North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame. In 1997, at the request of Marge Dolan and that original group, they installed the original display cases for the Hall of Fame plaques, and just this summer, we reached out to them. They heard our request, and Jason came by and built and installed additional display cases, so now we're able to display all year's inductees plaques from 1997 to the present. So would Mary Lou please stand, and we have a little gift for you. Thank you. I don't think that thanks is enough. There's a couple of photos in the program that you have of the Hall of Fame, but it is located right inside North Haven High School. When you walk in and you look left, we have signage that says Sports Hall of Fame, and we have all of the plaques except 1 year, which was missing, but we've been able to reorder from the company who has our information from 20 years ago. So we have all year's plaques up. Anytime after 2:30, don't go during school. Feel free to head in and take a look. The school is generally open until 7 or 8 in the evening, but it's a wonderful tribute to our athletes, our coaches, and to our community service honorees who've supported and helped our North Haven High School athletes over the years. So thank you again, Mary Lou, from your father to your grandkids, and everyone in between. We really appreciate it, so thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite Marge Dolan, who is the originator of the Hall of Fame. Well, and she's going to give the invocation.
Thank you, and good afternoon. We all bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father and Blessed Mother, as we come together this afternoon to recognize the accomplishments of these wonderful individuals, we ask you to bless this meal that will nurture our bodies and bless the celebration that will strengthen our bond as a community. We ask this in your names. Amen. That was not my voice. That was the micro. That was.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Federico Fiandella, and I'm a proud member of the Executive Committee and a proud Hall of Famer. We're very proud to present our 2023 candidates for induction into the North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame. Inductees, please stand and remain standing. Joseph M. Maddie, our Service Award recipient. Mark A. Selmer, our Coach recipient. Charles Aftomis, our Athlete Class of 1957. Ann Erickson Greenwald, Athlete Class of 1983. Amanda Malley Genovese, Athlete Class of 2011. And Ishvan Kanyo, Athlete Class of 2011. Along with the Executive Committee, we certify that these individuals have distinguished themselves through excellence and have brought honor and distinction to North Haven High School athletics. Please let us all welcome our newest members to the Hall of Fame. Today, we add you to the list of over 155 outstanding individuals who have brought honor, respect, and recognition to the community of North Haven. It is through your athletic accomplishments, your coaching expertise, and infinite service to our athletes that you now stand shoulder to shoulder with them today. Inductees, please be seated. This is a very important part of the brunch today. Inductees and the presenters, please make your way to the buffet line. Once everyone has been through the buffet line and is seated, we will begin the official program. Thank you very much.
Okay, without any further delay, it is my pleasure to begin this program. Each of the inductees will be introduced by a current member of the board of the North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame. I have the privilege of introducing the first inductee, Joseph M. Maddie. Joe, could you stand up, please? To say that Joseph M. Maddie has been involved. All right, to say that Joseph M. Maddie has been involved with many sports, holding numerous titles and earning a myriad of awards is an understatement. For more than 30 years, Coach Maddie provided a place for North Haven student athletes to play baseball all summer, continuing to improve their skills. Joe coached the American Legion baseball team for 30 years, starting in 1967. And while on the diamond, his team won 7 zone titles and a state title in 1972. He even coached the team that advanced to the Legion World Series, finishing 4th in the country. Joe Maddie boasted a Legion record of, now listen to this, 444 and 210. And he was the head coach in the Babe Ruth League for 9 years, starting in 1959. He earned another impressive Babe Ruth record of 212 wins, 76 losses. Joe's generosity was demonstrated through both his time and the financial support of his teams. He supported the athletes he coached by being a member of the now Booster Club and refereeing high school basketball for 17 years, with all his payments used to fund his Legion team. There was no pay-to-play fee charged to the players. Whether it was buying uniforms or equipment, Joe always stepped up to the plate. While coaching his 7th and 8th grade teams, the basketball uniforms were old and worn, so Joe purchased 2 sets. A few years later, the uniforms were donated to New Haven Boys and Girls Club. According to legendary Hall of Fame coach Bob DeMeo, George is the ultimate baseball person. He loves and understands the great game while teaching kids to have fun and enjoy playing baseball. His tenure at the head of our American Legion program kept North Haven baseball at a high level. A former player notes, Joe Maddie was dedicated to North Haven sports. Coaches like Joe don't come along too often. He was well-rounded in all sports, dedicated to preparing his athletes for the next level, and willing to provide innumerable hours to educate North Haven youth. Another player proudly states, I was lucky enough to play for Joe Maddie for 3 years. He made it fun because he let us be ourselves. He treated us with respect and was always there for each and every one of us whenever we needed him. One of the founders of Biddy Basketball League in 1968, Joe was also a coach for the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade basketball teams. In addition, Joe was an assistant coach for the Midget Football League for a couple years. From 1987 to 2001, Joe coached Quinnipiac baseball and was head coach for the last 5 of those years. In 1997, he was named Coach of the Year in the NE10 Conference. Joe boasts awards from North Haven Knights of Columbus Marion Chair in 1977, Greater New Haven Diamond Club Hall of Fame in 1989, and Connecticut Legion Baseball Hall of Fame in 2018. For 30 years, Joe was a computer systems manager for SNET and has now retired. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Maddie.
Thank you. You can come on. I'll take that, Mark.
Want to take pictures later?
Nope, later. Do you need any?
Okay, we'll take pictures later. Okay, now we're going to let Joe make a few remarks.
Mark, that was great. Thank you very much. I appreciate this great honor and congrats to all the other inductees. I've been here in North Haven since, believe it or not, 1957. So it's been a long time to be a North Haven guy. Mark told me about this award about 6 months ago, and I've been having 100 thoughts of what I'm going to say, and I can't say any of it. I enjoyed being a coach. I loved the basketball, and the midget football. All the younger kids, I seem to like them better than the older guys. They kind of knew what the hell was going on, so they were telling me things. But anyhow, coming back to one story. Coming back on the bus, I don't know if it was the 8th grade kids, and the bus driver didn't have the music on. So I'm listening to these kids talk. So we got back to North Haven, and I said to the bus driver, I didn't know those things until I was 20 years old. Well, anyhow, I got to thank everybody, all my former players for coming. It's great. I really appreciate that. That's totally amazing. And it's just wonderful. And I got to say thank you to a couple of people that are not here. But a couple of people helped me out as a Legion coach. Maybe not giving me money or stuff, but they were there. They were supporting me, and they did things probably that I didn't know about. So that was Bob Furs, Don Palumbo, and Tom Jamine Sr. They all were great to my American Legion program. So like I said, I appreciate the award. It's great. And I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you.
She's always working behind my back. Okay, at this time, we're going to have Steve Blumenthal introduce the next awardee, inductee.
Good afternoon. That works now. My name is Steve Blumenthal, class of '87, and current athletic director for North Haven Public Schools. It is my pleasure. I've had the privilege to work closely with Mark Selmer in my role as athletic director. Mark is my right-hand man at football games and at several other events. So it is my pleasure to present Mark for induction. A resident of North Haven for 40 years, Mark Selmer graduated from North Haven High School in 1977 and both works and coaches in a place he calls home. Mark has been employed by North Haven Public Schools as an in-school suspension officer and has been an important member of the high school staff for the past 9 years. In 1993-94, Mark started his coaching career at North Haven when he was brought in by his brother, Steve, a Hall of Fame inductee, as a volunteer assistant coach for outdoor track and field. His love for the sport was seen as he assisted in the javelin and other throwing events for both the boys and the girls. A year later, he was hired as the assistant coach for outdoor track and field, and he has remained the assistant coach for the past 28 years. His teams have impressive records, including numerous boys and girls division titles and 2 state girls class MM championships in 1997 and 2005. For individual championships, Mark has coached 27 division champions, 18 sectional champions, 12 SEC conference champions, all conference honors, 23 state class champions, all state honors, 1 state open champion with all state honors, and 1 New England champion with all New England honors. Throughout the 2022-2023 school year, the North Haven boys shot putters for both indoor and outdoor track and field teams earned first and second team SEC honors, an incredible accomplishment that has never before been achieved. Although the spikes of the cleats change, not much else in terms of the sport does, as Mark heads inside the school as the head coach for the indoor track and field program, both boys and girls. From 2005 to the present, Mark has coached team championships that include boys division titles in 2006, 2009, 2010, and 2011. Regarding individual championships, Mark has been a part of numerous division, sectional, and conference champions, including 12 state class champions with all state honors. In 2014, Mark was honored with the Connecticut High School Coaches Association Outdoor Track and Field Assistant Coach of the Year Award. Bouncing around ideas with his assistants, his captains, and his athletic director is something that Mark really enjoys as a coach. Mark played freshman football and varsity track and field for while in high school. Mark is also an avid New York Yankees and New York Giants fan. Go Blue. So it is my honor to introduce Mark Summer as an inductee for the North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame.
Hello, everyone. Today is a day that I never really thought when I first started in 1993. This has been somewhat almost like a dream to me. I am so pleased with this honor. Words just I can't describe it. Okay. There's a huge number of people I have to thank, in which I will not do so this morning because we could be here a very long time, so we won't do that. However, first off, I must thank those individuals who are here from my former athletes and current athletes. Thank you, gentlemen. I thank you very much. However, there are 2 people I must thank publicly. The first is my brother. Steve, unfortunately, can't be with us today, but he's the one starting numerous years before I started coaching, who kept begging me, please come out, I need your help, I need your help. First he asked, then he begged, then he pleaded, and finally I decided to do so. And during the 10 years that we have, many years that we have been together, I have learned a great deal how to coach from him. 38 years of his coaching experience he passed on to me. And I am very pleased with that, and I hope that partnership will continue in the future. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to happen. We're not, but I hope so. Okay. The second person I have to thank is sitting in front of me right now. This individual, Marge Dolan, trusted me enough to hire me as first the throwing coach and then as the indoor coach. Not only did she trust me to hire me, she was also, you can't ask for a better individual to help you through the coaching path. She taught me lessons that to this day I still employ, and I am going to plan on handing down to coaches who come underneath me. Those lessons I've learned is we coach not just the X and O's, we coach much more than that. Sometimes we are the foundation of a child's home. We are their home. We are the only thing that's stable in their home. And that lesson was taught to me and has never been forgotten. And I will always remember that and deeply appreciate that. And I thank you, committee, again for this honor, and everyone have a good day.
Okay, at this time, my wife will introduce Charles F. Tosmis.
Charles F. Tosmis A graduate of 1957, Charles excelled academically and athletically. At North Haven High School, he was involved in numerous clubs, co-chairman of the Penny Crusade, Student Senate, Honor Guard, president of the Varsity Club, Sachem yearbook staff, vice president of his class for 3 years, and president as a senior. At graduation, he was the proud class speaker and recipient of the Savitt Jewelers Athletic Sportsman Financial Award. Charles played basketball for 2 years and baseball for 4. He was elected the captain of his baseball team in his senior year and received the team's Sportsmanship Award. Charles was also a member of the rifle team. Charles enjoyed his service to the community as a baseball team coach for the North Haven minor leagues. Continuing his education at the University of Connecticut, Charles earned both a bachelor's and master's degrees in education. He started as an engineering major, but after 2 years, changed his major to physical education. Upon graduation, Charles taught physical education at J.M. Wright Regional Technical School in Stamford, Connecticut, and was the school's varsity baseball coach. He enlisted in the Air Force in June of 1962 and became the physical training officer for his officer training school class, a second lieutenant, and an air weapons controller, trained to direct fighter aircraft to intercept any threat aircraft. Charles spent 30 years in the Air Force and retired with the rank of colonel. In 30 years of service, Charles and his family moved 16 times within the United States and overseas. During the Vietnam War, he served 1 year in Thailand, controlling aircraft using radar and radios. He was also the director of the Northeast Air Defense Sector Organization, responsible for the air defense of the Northeast United States for 2 years. After leaving this organization in 1989, this was the unit that was subsequently controlling the 2 F-15 fighter aircraft scrambled from Otis Air Force Base in Massachusetts on 9/11. Charles is honored to be inducted into the Air Force Air Weapons Controller Hall of Fame. Retiring from the Air Force in 1992, Charles has held remarkable positions that speak to his character. From 1992 to 2001, Charles worked as a systems acquisition engineer program manager at the Me Technology Corporation. A current volunteer for the Southport Veterans Committee in Mashpee, Massachusetts, Charles is the committee's chair and also served as its secretary. He was scholarship chairman, vice president, and president of the Cape Cod chapter of the Military Officers Association of America. Charles is married to his wife, Carol, and they have 3 sons and 5 grandchildren. He plays golf in 3 different leagues, as evidenced by the fact that I found him looking at the pro shop when he walked in. However, he admits that he's still trying to reduce his golf handicap. In his 55 and over condo complex, Charles has put together a monthly veterans newsletter since 2016 that is being sent to over 350 veterans, providing them with critical information such as Veterans Administration health care benefits and the like. Charles truly enjoyed his high school years and was blessed with the teachers and coaches he had, including Bob Minahan, Tim Connell, and especially Mike Vanacore, having helped shape the person he is today. He graciously also thanks 2 of his cherished North Haven friends, third baseman and Hall of Famer Dave Whitey Gould and Lou Preziosi, who encouraged him to pursue his dream of being selected into the North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame. I thank you for your service, sir, as well, and we're proud to induct you into the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
You hadn't figured it out. He brought his varsity jacket.
I know. You're 17.
I too have a cheat sheet. This jacket is a little tight on me now. When I was in the service, at times I had a flight suit on. You know, it's got like a zipper down the front and Velcro straps. And I tried putting it on a while back. And I said, Velcro straps, you know, you can put them around you. The problem was the cloth did not stretch. Anyway, I'd like to introduce our guest, my guest today, my wife Carol. Carol. My son Stephen and his family, Amber, Ashley, Wendy, and Blake. They live in Marlborough, Massachusetts. My surprise guests today are my other son, Charles, and his wife, Laura, from Greensburg, PA. My sister, Maria Kiriakis. Maria hails all the way from North Haven, Connecticut. Then there's Lou Preziosi. Lou, I met in Cape Cod. We belong to a military organization there, and we're just talking to each other like at a table like this. We found out that he used to be the assistant principal of North Haven High School. Lou is also a retired Army colonel. He's also a charter member of the North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame. Lou comes from Yarmouth on Cape Cod. And Lou, thank you very much for your support and being here today. And then there's Whitey. Whitey and his wife, Ginny. Whitey Gould, 2007 inductee to the High School Sports Hall of Fame. Whitey's been with me for a bit of time, and I'll speak a little bit more about him in a minute or two. I'd like to thank Karen and the North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame Committee for the organization that you've had, the communications that you've provided us with detailed information, all leading to this special day, and we thank you very much for that. I'm very thankful and privileged for being selected and being able to represent my class of 57. The high school then was a different high school than it stands now. It was brand new then, just about. The first graduating class was in 1955. My class in 57 had only 89 kids in it. And we knew each other, and many of them we played sports together. And guys like I remember on our teams, I played with Clyde Henderson, Don Hurley, Brian Brunier, Bob Fatty Daniels, and my third sacker, Dave Gould. My physical education teacher was Bob Minahan, my basketball coach, Tim Connell, my most memorable coach, Coach Mike Vanacore. He taught us the basics of baseball, like the importance of teamwork, how to slide into second base, how to touch the bag on a DP, double play. and the importance of making a level bat swing and not trying to hit a home run on every swing, like so many young fellows are doing today. I also remember a Miss Dorsey, Carolyn Dorsey, who tried hard to teach us a bunch of guys how to square dance in gymnasium. Then she became Mrs. Michael Vanacore. I remember how she and Coach Vanacore would treat us to a pizza party in their homes. And Carolyn, if you were here today, I would thank you. I thank you anyway again. Our team members played together. Can't see. We played together on and off the field. We developed long and lasting friendships, such as Whitey Gould. We graduated from high school. Both he and I played for the Housatonic Baseball League. He played short third, I played shortstop. We could tell you more stories about that, but we don't want to drag this too far out. But anyway, the Air Force sent me to many parts of the world, 30 years. My wife had to pack up all those times. Unfortunately, North Haven High School, or North Haven was not one of those places that the Air Force sent me. It was Whitey who told me of the High School Sports Hall of Fame. He urged me to submit my application and request, and supported me afterwards. I also remember some of my high school academic teachers. My two favorite ones were Miss Rebecca Satterley and Mr. Fred Anderson. Both of them were always at our baseball games, even the away games. And they were always at the side of the ball field and often standing the entire game, 9 innings, when there were no bleachers. Both of them taught me more about life than just Spanish, science, and chemistry. I'd like to congratulate the other Hall of Fame inductees today. I've read each of your biographies, and in my opinion, you certainly have earned the right to be here. It is my privilege and honor to be recognized and now inducted with you into the Sports Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take a short 15-minute break. They're going to serve us dessert, and then we'll come right back and do the last 3 inductees. Okay, as we get ready for the second half of the program, you may have noticed nomination forms on your tables. We currently have 50 names in nomination, but welcome more. If you want to nominate a deserving individual, please complete a form and leave it on the table. We will pick it up at the end of the event. Once an individual has been placed in nomination, the board has a rigorous review process before making their decision. Many are nominated, few are inducted. We also have a website, thanks to our athletic director, Steve Blumenthal, for setting this up. All you have to do is go to the North Haven Sports website, and it'll be on there. We also wanted to let you know that annually, with the proceeds from this event and your donations, the Hall of Fame awards 2 $1,000 scholarships to graduating senior boy and girl athlete. In 2023, our awardees were Stephanie Richards and Miguel Diaz Hernandez. And now I welcome Hall of Famer Federico Federico, I can't, Fiandello? I'm sorry. To present our next inductee.
All right. Microphone, how are we doing over here? So it is my pleasure to introduce Ann E. Greenwald as an athlete inductee to the North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame. Ann Erickson Greenwald was both a scholar and an athlete for North Haven High School. Graduating in 1983, she was ranked 13th of 290 in her class and the president of the National Honor Society. Ann received high honor roll all 4 years and was a proud member of the Latin Club and Jazz Band, playing both alto and baritone saxophone. Throughout her days at North Haven High School, Ann demonstrated her service to the community through her many volunteer efforts, through swim team, Girl Scouts, and youth group forum at Church of the Redeemer in New Haven. From 1979 to 1982, Ann was an integral member of the girls' varsity swimming team. She was the team's MVP for each of those 4 years and earned all-state Class L honors, as well as being selected to the All-Housatonic teams all 4 years. The co-captain her senior year, Ann placed second in the 50-yard freestyle and 100-yard butterfly in Class L finals, and then went on to place fourth in 100-yard butterfly and sixth in 50-yard freestyle at the state open meet. Ann studied at Tufts University from 1983 to 1987 and received her BS in electrical engineering. She continued her studies at the University of Vermont, 1987 and 1991, earning her MS in biomedical engineering. At Tufts, Ann was again a principal member of the women's swimming team. She was elected co-captain senior year and was named Division III Academic All-American all 4 years. Ann qualified and competed in the Division III National Swimming Championships all 4 years, earning All-American status on relay teams all 4 years. Ann is proud to report that the women's swim team at Tufts won the New England Championship her freshman and sophomore years and placed second in her junior and senior years. Ann held Tufts' record for 50-yard butterfly for almost 25 years. Self-employed for A-Gift movement coaching for healthy aging, Ann enjoys her role as a personal trainer and movement coach for the chronologically enriched members of the community. Ann specializes in helping people achieve healthy aging through a variety of tools and techniques. With a background in biomechanics and human physiology, I had to do a lot of preparation for this speech, just so you know. She uses the latest research in physical movement science to help her clients achieve their goals. In addition, Ann focuses on brain health and fall prevention, recognize the importance of these areas for so many people in her population. Ann has coached youth soccer, baseball, and basketball, and has taught both youth and adult swimming lessons. She now loves to open water swim and takes her swim buoy everywhere she travels. She continues to love to water ski, snow ski, hike, bike, ice skate, both Nordic and hockey, and generally loves all outdoor activities. In addition, Ann is a 9-year board member for the Lebanon Opera House and loves all performing arts and music performances, especially bluegrass and newgrass music. Ann is married to her husband, Rick Greenwald, and has children, Evan, 27, and Max, 25. They have had 4 black lab dogs, including their current boy, Mo, who is Ann's partner on her walks in the woods. Ann's parents, Georgia and Carlton Erickson, currently live at Ashler Village, Masonic Care in Wallingford, Connecticut. Her sister, Sally Miller, and her husband, David Miller, are previous North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame inductees. A huge congratulations to Ann.
Thank you very much. I didn't bring my varsity jacket, but I did bring my yearbook from 1983 because last night we had our 40th reunion from North Haven High School. And so thank you to Karen and Mark for accommodating both events on the same weekend. And within this yearbook, you know, you get the who's who when you graduate and all that stuff. Well, I was not most athletic. My sister Sally was most athletic, and that's, you know, she got inducted into the Hall of Fame first. But Mary Rose Buller was most athletic in our yearbook. And it was so great to see her last night and congratulate her in person for previous time of being on the Hall of Fame. So anyway, again, thank you to Karen and Mark and the entire Hall of Fame committee for resurrecting this event and organizing the rich history of North Haven High School sports. This is a monumental and meaningful labor of love that is and will be appreciated for years to come. And second, congratulations to all my fellow NHHSSHOF inductees. We've all made our very positive impact on North Haven sports, but also in our communities, in which we all can be very proud of. So, way to go, everybody. So for me, getting that letter from Karen back in January that I was elected to the 2023 Hall of Fame, 40 years after I graduated from North Haven High School, at a time of fairly intense transformations happening not only in our world, but in my own family with aging parents and launching children, has given me an amazing opportunity to reflect. Just as Joe had mentioned earlier, we've had 6 months to be thinking about all of this, to reflect and acknowledge and now publicly say thank you to all who have influenced me, who have coached me, loved me, believed in me, rescued me, pushed me, carpooled me, encouraged me, and nurtured me, not only in my swimming career, but in life. I'm the youngest of 5 children, born into an athletic and active household, as you heard in that introduction. Mom and Dad had 4 kids in 5 years, and then me. I was 5 years younger than my oldest sibling. We all swam and enjoyed boating, water skiing, and multiple water sports, thanks mostly to my father's influence. He swam on the Hamden High School swim team, class of 1950. And at the time, Hamden did not have a swimming pool, and so they swam at the New Haven Boys Club and at the New Haven YMCA. He then went on to swim at Springfield College on a team that boasted an Olympic gold medal swimmer named Bill Yorsick and a network of lifelong friends who went on to coach at several New England colleges. And when I was at Tufts, we would go to all of our small NESCAC swim meets, and Dad would go to the meets and watch me swim and say hi to all of his fellow coaching friends. And it was an amazing community that I was welcomed into. And the coach of Southern Connecticut State College at the time was Bruce Hutchinson, one of his classmates. Bruce is an amazing coach, as Marge is shaking her head and yes, knows him. And one of Bruce's swimmers was Bob Burns, who was my coach at the Woodbridge Aquatic Club back in the mid-1970s. And Bob created my first introduction into dryland training. And when I first learned about periodization training, along with the value of strength and conditioning and performance outcome, kind of new age crazy stuff in the 1970s. So I thank Bob Burns for that as an influence in my swimming career. But truly, my swimming career started at the New Haven Country Club kiddie pool. Simple playtime, water acclimation, styrofoam bubble wrapped around my waist. And as you remember, I'm the youngest of 5, so there I was. Then on to year-round swimming because I loved it. I was good at it. And I joined the Northern Branch YMCA swim team as a 6 and under. And again, my father's influence on my swimming career was impacted as he served on the board for the New Haven YMCA at this time when they built the Northern Branch YMCA. The coach of the team at the time, and this was 1974, was Mr. Tanner. I don't really remember his first name because that's always what we called him. And he introduced us into classroom psychological motivational training, 1974, in addition to, swim technique training. And this was coming off the excitement of the 1972 Olympics with Mark Spitz and aiming at the 1976 Olympics in Montreal. Mr. Tanner printed T-shirts that we all wore that said, "Montreal 76? I'll be there, will you?" Okay, so instilling that deep belief, and I truly believed I could swim in the Olympics someday. And for all of you, as a reminder, in the 1976 Olympics is when the East German women came completely jacked up on steroids and dominated the competition. But the very last event at that Olympics was the women's 4x100 freestyle relay race. The U.S. women had an amazing comeback from behind victory, led by Jill Sturkel and Shirley Babashoff, and beat the East Germans. And it was the start of Do You Believe in Miracles? So if you all know the 1980 U.S. hockey team miracle win over the Russians, this was this first amazing comeback, David and Goliath kind of story. And so thank you, Mr. Tanner. So North Haven High School swim team. At the time, North Haven did not have a public swimming pool. So all the teams had to practice at, you guessed it, the Northern Branch YMCA. Again, thank you, Dad, for creating the opportunity for so many to swim and get fit at a YMCA. Being the youngest of 5, I was often in the car with my mother, driving me here, there, and everywhere, and having those oh so valuable car conversations. Her greatest advice, I will never forget. And it was, of course, at a time when I'm stressing about an upcoming competition or how I was going to do, was don't worry about the results. Just know that you tried your hardest and did your best. So before every race, my mantra would be, please God, please help me do my best. So thank you, Mother, for helping me, bringing out my best. I have to do a little dog shake to get over that one. And thank you to my siblings, especially Marge, Sally, and Arthur, for carpooling me all over creation for practice and for meets. My father I did get my driver's license the day I turned 16, and I did have a car in my possession at that time to go to drive myself from then on in, and so that was a good experience in and of itself, and learning to drive as a 16-year-old, going down to, yes, you guessed it, the New Haven Boys Club to swim, going down 91 through the I-91-95 interchange as a 16-year-old. We all know what that's like. But as you know, I'm not the first Erickson to be inducted into this Hall of Fame. My most athletic 3-sport sister, Sally, earned this great distinction and has always been a big inspiration to me. So finally, the reason I'm here to acknowledge and thank Mr. Chris Burns. I've had 2 Coach Burns in my life. Chris was the coach of the both boys and girls swim teams at North Haven High School. And he was the coach of our somewhat ragtag, continually 3-8 record girls swim team. So dealing with the challenges of multi-skill level practices with 40 hormone-crazy teenage girls in a 4-lane pool in the next town over that required bus transportation to and from practice and to meets, he drove the bus. He organized the lineups. He got all the timing officials, everything in place. He did it all while making us all feel valued and part of a team. He instilled fun. We sang at the top of our lungs to him, as highly distracting as he's driving a bus full of us, and giggled and cheered, and we didn't have music, but what Joe was referring to earlier of hearing the banter of the kids at the time, was invaluable, and it was certainly to me an invaluable moment, and really empowered all of us to do our best every single time. And being a club swimmer and coming back and swimming on my high school team, I was allowed to do both at the same time, which was kind of I don't know if it was a academic whatever, but he let it happen, and I could be that big fish in the little pool and have my Shirley Babashoff, moment in time. So it was greatly appreciated. So thank you, Chris Burns, for teaching me to have fun, sing and cheer loudly, and blush whenever celebrated and loved. And to thank his wife, Sheila, for sharing his time with us. And mostly thank you all for giving me the opportunity to just share my story. And as I carry all of these lessons learned throughout the years and taking it, the best of which, and passing it forward, I love teaching people how to swim, especially recently retired folk who potentially had a swimming lesson when they were 10. They're now 65. They've heard that swimming is great for fitness, but potentially are afraid of the water and don't know how their body will react in water. So it's a really fulfilling thing that I love to do. So swimming is a lifelong activity. It has become my own superpower. My education in human movement and injury biomechanics has allowed me to merge this love and experience of water into personal fitness and healthy aging routines for many, yes, chronologically enriched individuals. And for this, I am eternally grateful. And so thank you, NHHSSHOF. And thank you all for being here today.
Okay, now Hall of Famer Mary Jean Lupe will present the next inductee.
Everybody's cheat sheets are all over here. I'm going to get confused. So, my name is Mary Jean Lupe, and I am from the class of North Haven High School, class of 74, and a 2003 Sports Hall of Fame inductee. Good afternoon, and congratulations to all the inductees here today. I've personally known Amanda Genovese, well, basically your whole life, and I'm so honored to have the privilege of reading your biography here today. Amanda Malley Genovese is a 2011 graduate of North Haven High School. During her high school years, Amanda excelled in the classroom and was an integral member of both the fencing and the softball teams. She boasts many remarkable accolades as a student, as an athlete, and as a dedicated volunteer. A recipient of the Wellesley Book Award, an AP Scholar with Distinction, National Honor Society member, and a Latin Honor Society officer, Amanda exceeded academic expectations and enjoyed the process of learning. Amanda competed in future problem solving and earned second place honors in the individual state competition. Furthermore, Amanda was awarded the Indian Service Award for going above and beyond volunteer hour requirements. Elected as a co-fencing team captain her senior year, Amanda led by example. She was a first-team all-state foil fencer, the team's most valuable player, and she placed fourth in individual states and third in team states. When she switched from foil to her glove and cleats, Amanda earned a myriad of awards on the softball diamond. Excuse me. Again, she was elected a team captain her senior year. As both a junior and senior, Amanda was an all-league honoree, and her senior year, all-state honorable mention. She was selected for the Senior All-Star Game and CIAC Scholar Athletic Classic. As a freshman, Amanda's team won the state championship. In 2015, Amanda continued her studies at Brandeis University and received a BS in neuroscience with a minor in religious studies. At Brandeis, Amanda was a varsity softball player for 4 years and was the second All-American in program history. As a sophomore center fielder, she led all divisions with 57 stolen bases in 59 attempts. And one fast cookie. And graduated with 118 steals, ranked 24th all-time in Division III history. She earned first team All-American honors as well as the Adidas Golden Shoe Award. Amanda boasted a career batting average of .439 and an on-base percentage of .484. She had 118 total career stolen bases and 189 hits, despite missing most of her senior season due to an injury. To continue with the accolades, Amanda was UAA Rookie of the Year, 4-time All-UAA selection, UAA Tournament Co-MVP, and a 3-time All-Region athlete. She then attended Johns Hopkins University, graduating in 2020 with an MS in Environmental Sciences and Policy. Currently, Amanda works in nonprofit development in Boston. She coached Brandeis softball in 2019 to a 29-7-1 overall record, leading the team to its first NCAA appearance since 2010. She coached 5 All-UAA selections, 2 All-Region selections, and was part of the UAA Coaching Staff of the Year. Amanda currently coaches softball at MIT. In her first year as an assistant, she helped coach her team to hosting the NCAA Super Regionals. She was named to both the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association Region 2 and NUMAC Coaching Staff of the Year. Amanda is proud to have coached 2 All-Americans, 5 All-Region selections including 2 of 3 starting outfielders, and 4 All-NUMAC selections. MIT posted a 36-8 record in 2023. Most recently, Amanda was elected as a member of the Board of Trustees of the Future Problem Solving Program International, a program that helps shape her academic curiosity. When she's not working, Amanda plays slow pitch softball. She loves to travel and is passionate about doing all things outdoors, included recently completing a section hike on the Appalachian Trail. Congratulations, Amanda Malley Genovese, and welcome into the 2023 North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to all the other inductees. Really honored to be in your company. Well deserved. So congratulations again. I started playing softball at age 6 with the North Haven Rec League. And when I was 8, I decided I wanted to continue my training to play for the New York Yankees. So I looked in the newspaper, in the ads, and called a phone number and asked if I could try out for that travel team. So from then on, I played more softball than I didn't. So first and foremost, thank you to Jody and Dawn from the Connecticut Hornets for answering that phone call and not hanging up on me. Thank you to Debbie being one of my first pitching coaches at Ridge Road High School, or Ridge Road. Sally Marr, Karen and Roy, Joel, Karen Mikas. You stuck with me through my awkward, very nerdy high school phase when I was figuring out how to not trip over my own legs, so thank you very much. And what was originally to stay in shape for softball, I looked for a winter sport. One of my best friends, Brittany, encouraged me to try fencing, whatever that was. So I showed up to tryouts a day late, so nervous that I wasn't going to make it. But thank you to Pete Solomon, James Salzano, Jim Harris. Thank you for putting your faith in me as an athlete while I was trying something new. I fell in love with the sport so quickly, and thank you to the goofiest and most encouraging coaches and teammates. More coaches, Chris Wells, Jessica Johnson, Britt and Lauren at Brandeis, thank you for letting me quite literally run away with my love for softball. To all of my teammates in fencing and softball throughout my entire life, thank you for being there through all of life lessons and for growing up with me. I'm so grateful to have many of my former teammates as lifelong friends. And also to my slow pitch softball teammates for continuing to humor me that I'm still an athlete. Thank you to Brandeis and now MIT softball for making me Coach Amanda. they've given me a new love for the game. And it's amazing to put to use all of the lessons that I've learned from the coaches that I've had. So, really amazing to put that all to use and see what you saw. Thank you to my family, Gary, Jane, Jake, Will. Sydney is playing volleyball right now. That's fair. I missed a lot of things for playing sports. So thank you for making the trek down here. My best friend Mandy, thank you also for making the trek down here. And my brother for picking us up and for being better than me at all of the sports that I also played. Thank you, Steve. And then obviously, last but not least, my mom and dad for putting me in the Hall of Fame. They are in charge after all. Just kidding. Dad, you're the best coach I've ever had and the harshest. You made me a perfectionist in a sport full of failure. I don't know how you did that. Mom, you were a huge role model for me. You played 2 sports in college, which I did not. You testified on behalf of Title IX, and you really showed me what sports can do for women, and more importantly, what women can do for sports. So thank you, Mom. And all of the other female athlete role models that I had growing up. Thank you. I'm grateful that my parents raised me as such a huge baseball fan and taught me so much about the game. You always sacrificed so much to always come to my games, practices, tournaments, and no matter what the results were, I'm just glad that I got to spend all of that time with both of you. So thank you, and I hope I made you proud.
Federico is taking Canio because Jody Rooney is sick and couldn't make it.
That was Angie.
Oh,
I'm taking
was
it
it?
because he's my man.
Because he's your man?
All right, so Ishvan Canio, thank you. First of all, thank everyone for being here, and for Ishvan, a huge thanks to the soccer crowd over there, and of course the very large Canio family, who I've had a pleasure of teaching and coaching every one of you. And I wanted to make sure I said that. It's been an honor to work with the Canio family, all 4 children, not just in soccer, but in the education world. And I'm proud of all of you. But tonight, or today I should say, is about Ishvan. So Ishvan, without a question, Ishvan Canio excelled in the classroom and on the soccer field and tennis court. Ranking 9th in his class, he earned honor roll status 12 times and was a member of the National Honor Society as well as the Math Honor Society. If there was a History Honor Society, we would have added him too. While in high school, Ishvan demonstrated his commitment to the community through his involvement as a coach with the North Haven Soccer Club, as a volunteer with Coach Fiandella's camps and clinics, after school programs, and as a tutor and mentor for the Elm City Internationals. According to me, it has been an absolute privilege to coach and teach Ishvan during his 4 years at North Haven High School. Ishvan is incredibly deserving of this prestigious honor. In my tenure as the head coach of the North Haven boys soccer team, I consider Ishvan as one of the most talented players that I've ever worked with. Ishvan served his varsity years with distinction, both as an athlete and as a student. As a senior captain in 2010, he helped lead the team to an undefeated divisional record, winning the Oronoque Division. In that same year, Ishvan received numerous personal awards. He was selected to the All-Oronoque First Team and was ranked number 1 on that team, to the CSCA All-State Team, to the CSCA Senior Bowl, New Haven Register All-Area Team, and became the first and only player under my tenure to be named as the CSCA All-New England Athlete. Furthermore, Ishvan received the CSCA Valerio Moretti Scholar Award and was named as the Tony DeNegri Connecticut Outstanding Male Soccer Player of the Year, which recognizes his contributions as an outstanding athlete, student, sportsman, and role model. That word role model will come up quite a lot. It is of no surprise to me that Ishvan went on to play soccer for the Yukon men's soccer team after graduating from North Haven High School. I'm extremely proud of Ishvan. I'm so thankful and fortunate to remain in contact with him as he continues to excel in all aspects of his life. In addition, Ishvan earned all conference honors while playing on the high school tennis team. Continuing his studies from 2011 to 2015 at the University of Connecticut, Ishvan pursued chemistry and biological sciences. As a Husky, Ishvan was a standout soccer player. He boasts a record of 4-time NCAA appearances, including 3 Elite 8 finishes, the Big East regular season champion, and AAC tournament finalist. He then attended the University of Vermont Larner College of Medicine from 2017 to 2021, attaining his MD. Ishvan resides in New York City and is a pediatrician at New York Presbyterian Weill Cornell Medical Center. While he is finishing a residency in pediatrics, Ishvan plans to work in pediatric critical care. He enjoys spending as much time of his free time as possible playing in New York City's men's leagues and co-ed leagues with friends. Without further ado, congratulations, Ishvan Canyo.
It's lovely to be here. Thank you to everybody for sharing your stories. It was really great to hear them. And congratulations to everybody. It's amazing to be here because I see so many faces from my childhood all the way to now. When I ran into Steve Blumenthal, he said he brought me into the North Haven Soccer Club as an 8-year-old, and that is true. I have my high school coach here, of course, and many of my other high school coaches. I have teammates from youth soccer, from high school, college, and even teammates playing in New York City today. Or not today, but now. And I think I'm done talking about all of you. I wanted to focus my speech on 2 people who are incredibly important to me and have set me up for success. Yanni, no, just kidding. Hiding in the back there, my parents, Jean and Zoltan. I have one quick story about each of them. When I was growing up in high school, we used to play a game on Mother's Day every single year. And our coach forced us to buy roses and walk across the field and give them to our moms. And it was the most embarrassing thing ever as a teenager. And I cherish it now. And for my dad, I remember being driven to soccer games in the middle of nowhere. And he would watch me and like find a patch of blueberries or something. And he would just eat them until he was sick and watch soccer with me. And to both of you, I really liked watching you walk around the field together all the time. Thank you for all of your support and love. And Zoli, Emmy, if you could give them a little group hug for me, that would be great. Thanks everyone for being here. That's all I got. That's it.
So I know I speak for all the executive board members when I say that this event would not be possible without Karen and Mark Genovese. Their leadership, passion, and commitment to excellence are unparalleled. Their desire to put together this fantastic brunch for these amazing athletes, their families, and North Haven community members is what has inspired all of us to follow their lead. So can you please join us and share our appreciation to Karen and Mark with a round of applause.
Thank you, Federico. I have to say that I had the opportunity to learn from the best in Marge Dolan. You know, she'd done this from 1997 through COVID. And I just decided that it was time to smell the roses, play more golf, play more paddleball, and do all the things that she'd been moving to the back seat. So Marge is who started this. Marge, Mary Lou, and the charter members, and Mary Lou's dad, Bob, who really got this off the ground and moving. But so Marge, I really thank you. So before we conclude, we need to thank North Haven TV for recording this event. It will be on North Haven TV. I don't know when, but if I find out, I'll send an email. And each inductee will get a copy of the DVD. We'll mail it to you so you can show it at Christmas with your family sitting around and whatnot. I also want to thank Cristoforo Farms. They donated the pumpkins. Finally, it really does take a village. It's not only Mark and I. It's the entire executive committee. Federico stepped up today when Jody Rooney got sick last night. Steve stepped up to handle the website and to get everything up on the website. And in your program, you'll see the URL for it. But all you have to do is Google North Haven High School Sports Hall of Fame. It will bring you to it. It lists all of our inductees over the years. We hope to get some more things up on it. All things take time, but the entire group has really been an amazing help. Mary Jean Lupi, who took over the reins as treasurer this year, and my husband and I, Kim, and others who were just unable to be here. So it really does take a village. I think that's it. So thank you all again for coming, and we hope to see you again in future years. And feel free to stay, chat, talk, catch the inductees, congratulate them again. And before the inductees leave, we'd like you in front so that we can get a group picture with your plaques, and then you're off to spend time with your friends and family. Thank you again for coming.